Hey, good morning, guys. This is week 10, day 3, food from heaven. So, now the children of Israel, they had got plenty of water. Their pots were full of water, and they're traveling again. And they're still going, they're cutting through this desert, and following the cloud. And they start running out of food. And they start complaining again. Instead of saying, hey, God, help us, they start griping, oh, this is horrible. We want to go back to Egypt. In Egypt, we have plenty to eat. We had all sorts of fancy stuff. It was cool. We had plenty. The people, they kept griping, but Moses, he heard it and he prayed. He said, God, I need help. Uh, God said, all right. Uh, Moses prayed, and then they, at night they all go to bed, and in the morning they wake up, and there's some weird dew on the ground, scattered out all over. And God tells Moses, and Moses tells the people, uh, and they're looking at it. Well, actually, because they're looking at it, and he's like, this food, this stuff you're calling, what is it? The English translation of manna, interesting enough, it's called what is it? They didn't know what it was. They were, what is this stuff? And that's what they started calling it. And Moses like, hey, this what is it that you're talking about? That is food from heaven. This is the manna that God has given you to eat. However, you must gather it up in the morning, enough for one day. And at the end by noon, the sun will have beat down on it, and it'll be ruined. It'll be gone. But you gather it up, but only gather enough for one day, though, because otherwise you will have too much, and it'll go bad. He's like, and on the Sabbath, because we don't work on the Sabbath, God's like, you will not gather any food. There'll be no food on the Sabbath. So, on the Friday, the day before the Sabbath, there'll be twice as much dew on the ground, a manna on the ground, and you are to gather twice as much. And this time, it'll last all day and into the next day. It'll be okay. People are like, all right, this is cool stuff. This is cool stuff. So they start gathering. And some of the people get picky, cranky, and they're like, we get a lot. We're stocking up because we still don't trust God. We still don't think this will last. So they start filling up, big baskets full, more than enough for that day. Of course, the problem was some people probably had to do without. And I had to go skimpy because one person's selfish, someone else has to kind of do without. And it didn't work out. And they get up, and by the noon and late into the evening when they go to cook it, that stuff is starting to stink. And there's worms in it. And God was mad at him. And he's like, I told you, I gave you specific instructions, and you didn't follow it. You took my blessings and you abused them. And now the camp stinks. And they had to go throw out all the excess manna. And Moses was mad, God was mad, and the people were upset and getting in trouble. And some of them started making excuses. Oh, well, I thought. But they didn't trust God. And they didn't do it God's way. Even when they did get the blessings from God. But that manna showed up every day. Well, except for Saturday. For years. And they were all enjoying it. They were having fun. But God provided for their needs. Eventually, they learned how to use it and not to abuse it. Because of course, your food starts stinking. It's kind of pretty good indication, a pretty good teacher. But we get food from heaven in the form of the Holy Ghost, God's blessings. He gives us all these blessings. But you go in there and you start just raking in, oh, I got a blessing, grab my blessing, mine. It's not going to feel good. It's going to hurt you eventually too. But we got to remember, do things God's way, because His way is the best. Okay? You do that right? God's way? God's way? Alright. You know, you got to give me a thumbs up. You're going to do it God's way? Yeah. And I will see you tomorrow. Oh, when we get tired of the manna already. Wow. So, see you tomorrow. Bye.